Welcome back, everybody, to the Philadelphia Eagles franchise here on Madden 22. Today we return home here for the divisional round as our Eagles are set to face off against our arch nemesis, the Dallas Cowboys. The atmosphere here at the Link is rocking. Not just that these two teams are playing against each other, but the fact that it's in the playoffs in a win-or-go-home scenario. These fans are fired up, and it is going to be a chilly but fun night here. We'll see which team can make the NFC Championship. So we're coming off a great playoff win in the wild card round over the Chicago Bears, 33-10, which also, like today, was in blizzard-type conditions. The other 5 games in the wild card round were very close, all decided by 3 or less points, and then you got us, who completely destroyed Chicago. Xander Vanderwall had his best game as an Eagle. He was excellent in the air, largely because of the contributions from our top 2 receivers, Devontae Smith and Tykeem Keon, who were equally unbelievable. Keon had 7 catches for 203 yards, Smith had 10 for 182, and 3 touchdowns. So going into this game here against the Cowboys, we do have some new injuries. Josh Uche and Jedrick Wills both got hurt last week. We will be without each of them. So that's 2 starters on our offense and defensive lines who will be out. Ifonobo Jamba-Roko will start at right tackle. Hannibal Savage will replace Uche as the rush defensive end. Uche only plays in sub packages, but that's a good 75% of our snaps. So our base defense isn't changed, but again, we're in sub packages more times than not. So as we look here at the playoff bracket, only the odd seeds are left. The 2, 4, and 6 seeds have all magically been eliminated. So we've got the 1 versus the 7 in both conferences and the 3 versus the 5. We beat the Dallas Cowboys twice this year by a combined total of 7 points. That's how we won the division over them, because we had the same record, but we had the head-to-head tiebreaker. We know these guys very, very well, and we have played against Dallas twice every year of this series, so we know this team like the back of our head, and Dallas knows the playoffs like the back of its head. The Cowboys have won 2 consecutive NFC championships. They won the Super Bowl last year, so it would be really sweet to eliminate them to make sure that we get a new champion, and obviously, more importantly, they're the Dallas Cowboys. They hate the Eagles, and the Eagles hate the Cowboys. As I said earlier, we do have a blizzard today, just like last week. I think it being snowy bodes well for us because we know how to play in the snow. We did it last week and we dominated against a really good Bears team. The Cowboys, on the other hand, not so much. They play in Texas and they play in a dome. So they don't really know what it's like to play in the cold, snowy conditions. So I think our team is built for that. We are a run-first team on offense, and defensively, our run defense is probably the best in football. So it's going to be hard for Dallas to run the ball. If they want to win this game, they're going to need quarterback Dak Prescott to play well, and he is certainly capable of doing that, but it's going to be a challenge here in the snow against a red-hot Eagles defense who has played fantastic lately. They were excellent in the wild card round against Justin Fields and the Bears, so we'll see what they can do here today. Let's end the wait, let's end the anticipation, and let's get to the ball game. Eagles and Cowboys for a spot in the NFC Championship. Which rival will get the dub here at Lincoln Financial Field? So the Cowboys start on offense. We open up with Dak Prescott, who had a fantastic season this year for the Cowboys. This team is loaded with weapons on offense. They got Zeke, they got Cooper, they got CeeDee Lamb, they got Chet Kucharski, Lamar Gallagher, Dalton Schultz. They have so much talent here on the offensive side of the ball. That's for slot receiver Chet Kucharski with the first down, gaining 16. The third-year pro out of Westlake, who was a renowned high school quarterback, played receiver in college, has been excellent here in the NFL with the Cowboys. 2nd and 8. Zeke doesn't get much. We do have a flag. This one could be big, and it will be a holding call against the Cowboys. So they're going to move back 10 yards. It's on Titus Howard. The Eagles accept the penalty. They would rather 2nd and 18 rather than 3rd and 8. Now it's 3rd and 18 after an incomplete pass. Dak Prescott looks to throw it, trying to find an open receiver. Under pressure, he is sacked. Jabari Achebe brings down the quarterback for a loss of 12. Jabari Achebe has had a lot of trouble staying healthy this year, but when he is on the field, he is a dominant force. He played his first full game last week since like week 8, and he played really well, reminding people when he is healthy, he is a dominant pass rusher. So that forces a punt. Here comes Xander Vanderwall and the Eagles offense. As I said earlier, Vanderwall had his best game as an Eagle a week ago against Chicago. We'll see what he can do against an equally talented Dallas defense. 2nd and 2, Tazewell Hubbard loses 3 on the play. It's the former Eagle Josh Sweat who brings him down. Sweat is a very young, talented player, but he just had too much trouble staying healthy, which is why the Eagles didn't bring him back on a long-term deal. 3rd and 4, deep ball for Keon is incomplete. So both teams start this game off with a pair of punts, and Dallas gets it back. We'll see if they can be the first ones to score today. Jabari Achebe is in the zone. That is something to monitor if you're Dallas. Of course, they don't have Tyron Smith anymore. He signed with the rival Giants. As CeeDee Lamb gets a nice play to the 40-yard line. Last week, Justin Fields' top 2 receivers were completely shut down. Allen Robinson and Darnell Mooney could not do anything. The Eagles have one of the best cornerback tandems in the league with Nehemiah Richardson and C.J. Thomas, who complement each other's skill sets so well. We'll see what the two of them can do here today against an equally talented receiving core that Dallas has. Ezekiel Elliott gains 13 yards. So far, so good for Zeke. As we know, the Eagles' run defense is one of the best in football, but Dallas has one of the best rushing offenses in football. 1st and 10, CeeDee Lamb wide open, untouched into the end zone for a touchdown, and it's the Dallas Cowboys who strike first. CeeDee Lamb was completely uncovered. The left side of the field was wide open, and CeeDee Lamb will easily score. So it's the Dallas Cowboys who get on the board first with a 27-yard score for CeeDee Lamb, and it's a 7-0 ball game here with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. The Eagles offense looking to respond. Vanderwall goes short for Devontae Smith, who gets about 15 yards. Smith missed the final quarter of the season, but he came back last week in a big way with over 10 catches for 3 touchdowns and nearly 200 yards. He was dominant against Chicago. 3rd and 2. Vanderwall has no time to throw it. He is sacked. Micah Parsons brings down the quarterback, the Pennsylvania native. Played his college ball at Penn State. Makes a big play there for the Dallas defense. Parsons with a career year notching up 11 sacks. So Eagles would have to punt it. Dallas has it back. 1st and 10. Elliott's open in the flats. He gets it to the 32-yard line for a gain of 13. Dallas is starting to get some momentum here on offense. They finally scored on their last drive. They're starting to get something going here as well. Following play, Prescott up the middle, had CeeDee Lamb open, but he dropped it. It's going to be a little bit harder to catch the football here with the snow, and not just the snow, we also have 13-mile-an-hour winds today. 2nd and 10, Prescott looking to throw it, and it's dropped by Nehemiah Richardson. He had an easy interception that probably would have gone for a pick 6, but he couldn't bring it in his hands. So that'll make it a 3rd and 10. Both teams with a pair of drops here on this possession, as Prescott goes short for Dalton Schultz, and he is wrapped up by C.J. Thomas after only a gain of 6. Big tackle by Thomas. That'll force a punt here, and the Eagles will get the ball back. It's Bradley Pinion on to kick it away. Takeem Keon's going to let this one go, and that proves to be a major mistake as it is down at the 2. Keon was expecting it to roll out of bounds, and based on the angle the ball was going at, I don't blame him. He just got unlucky. So the Eagles are in safety territory. They got to get out of it, and it looks like they will. Tazewell Hubbard with a nice run of about 7 yards. That'll give the Eagles a first down. As we wrap up quarter number 1, 7-0 Dallas Cowboys on top. The Cowboys have been slightly the better team today, but neither side really has a whole lot of momentum. It's been pretty even up to this point, but the Eagles offense has got to get something going here. 2nd and 3, Vanderwall scrambling to his right. It looks like he has open rushing room. He slides for a gain of about 7. That'll move the chains for another first down. The Eagles are definitely trying to balance out the run and the pass game today. Is on 2nd and 1. Vanderwall connects with Takeem Keon, who brings it to the 50, quickly wrapped up by Trayvon Diggs. Keon is a Texas-born kid, grew up a Cowboy fan, now looking to beat the Cowboys in the playoffs. 3rd and 9, great throw, great catch by Devontae Smith. The pass was a little bit underthrown, but Smith had enough room to go out and extend to make the play. And plays like that is why Devontae Smith might be the best receiver in football. He is going to get such a huge contract in this offseason from somebody. Better be the Eagles, otherwise that would be a massive mistake. Following play here from the 31. Play action fake. Vanderwall looking to throw it. Under pressure. He wants to get it to Keon, but he is sacked by DeMarcus Lawrence for a loss of 9. Dallas with their second sack of the game. Their pass rush has been pretty good so far. That'll make it a 3rd and 13. Vanderwall drops back to throw it. Backwards all the way to the 50 as he goes short for Smith. And he's about a yard shy of the first down. So the Eagles have an interesting decision here on 4th and 1. Do you kick? Do you play ballsy and go for it? That's what they're going to do. The Eagles keep the offense out on the field. They're going to go for it. Handoff for Tazewell Hubbard, and he just barely gets it. Very, very close, but it's just enough to keep the chains moving from a first down. Now the Eagles offense has new life, and they had the ball pretty much in the red zone. A great opportunity to finally get on the board, but not when your offensive line is going to let that happen. Also, Odigizua with the sack, forcing a loss of 20. That'll make it 3rd and long here for the Eagles. It'd be a shame if they only get a field goal on this drive after all of that, and it looks like that's going to be the case as Vanderwall is incomplete. 48-yard attempt here for Zebediah Phoenix, who does have some struggles in extreme weather. He missed 2 kicks a week ago, but he sinks this one right down the middle. That one from 48 yards out, and the Eagles are finally on the board. It took them nearly the entire half, but it is now 7-3. Philadelphia had the ball the entire second quarter almost. They had it since the end of the first. Now there's only 4 minutes left in the second. A long drive resulting in only a field goal, so Dallas remains on top as Chet Kucharski brings it to the 44. Kucharski's had a couple nice plays today. Now a 3rd down here for the Cowboys with 3 minutes left to go in the half. Dak with a screen for Elliott, and the play is read like a book by Jabari Achabe. Achabe has made a huge impact tonight, making multiple big plays, including that one, stopping the drive, continuing to show, when healthy, why he's one of the best defensive players in general in the NFL. So the Cowboys would have to punt it. The Eagles get it back. They have a great opportunity to possibly take the lead here before halftime. The Dallas pass rush has been very good in this game, but when Xander Vanderwall has had time to make throws, he's done a good job of making throws. 2nd and 10, handoff for Rosemont St. Clair. Makes a nice move, gets about 9, and that will bring us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. 7-3, your score. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Philadelphia starts off with a big 3rd down and 2. Got to expect a short run up the middle. That's what's going to happen. Tazewell Hubbard with a first down and more to the 44-yard line. Nice gain there for Hubbard, and now the Eagles got to start moving quickly. From the 44, Vanderwall looks to throw it, and he's picked off. Kenny Robinson Jr. with the interception. He brings it past the 40, wrapped up at the 39-yard line by, it looks like, Troy Dobbs. A huge interception for Kenny Robinson, and the Cowboys force the first turnover of the game. Tykeem Keon was the intended target, but Vanderwall did not put enough loft into that pass. A costly turnover, and Dallas now has a shot to make it a 2-score game before the half, as it's Kucharski up the middle to the 22, wrapped up by his former college teammate, Joko Onwosu. 3rd and 9 from the 21. Dallas with 2 timeouts and 54 seconds here in the quarter. Prescott looks to throw it, goes short, it's incomplete. Elliott was the intended target. CeeDee Lamb also in the area. So they're going to have to bring out the field goal team. It's Joey Slye from 38 yards out. Not known for his accuracy, but he does get that one to split through the uprights. And so the Cowboys extend their lead 10-3. The Eagles have about a minute here with their 3 timeouts. Actually, only 43 seconds to be exact. Will that be enough time for them to drive down the field and score? Getting a field goal here would not be a colossal failure. Bring it down to 4. The Eagles do start the second half on offense, so they could build some momentum off of that. Obviously, a touchdown here would definitely be ideal. On first down, it's for rookie JT DeMarco, wide open, using that speed down the field with blocks. Unable to keep his footing, but he still gains 50. A huge play by JT DeMarco, the second-round wideout out of the Ohio State University with a huge play. And since he went out of bounds, the Eagles didn't have to use a timeout. First down, following play, it's Devontae Smith who brings it to the 13 for a gain of 11. Eagles call timeout number 1. They still have 2 timeouts here at the 13-yard line. Can they punch it in the end zone and tie it up? 2nd and 10. Vanderwall looks to throw it. Goes back for Smith, who gets popped on the play. Big hit. Big gain of about 9, however, as the Eagles now have it at the 4-yard line. They call timeout number 2. Now it is a 3rd down and 1 here for the Eagles at the 4. Vanderwall looks to throw it. Under pressure, just has to get rid of it. He knows he can't take the sack there. So now it's 4th and 1. 1 timeout. 11 seconds. Do you kick or do you go? This is the divisional round of the playoffs. No time for wussy stuff. The Eagles go for it. Vanderwall calls an audible. He goes short for Keon. He gets the first, but not quite in the end zone as the Eagles call time. That was a really smart play by Vanderwall. It was a designed run, but he makes an audible. He saw only one defender on the left side of the field, so he figured one of the two receivers has to be open. He ended up making the wrong read. Devontae Smith was wide open in the end zone, but they still get the first down, and Vanderwall QB sneaks in for a score. So even though he did not make the right read post-snap, it didn't really matter as he punches it in, and we are tied up at 10. What a great drive from Xander Vanderwall and the Eagle offense. It has not been a pretty first half, but it is still anyone's game as we are knotted up at 10. This has certainly been a very competitive first half so far. The Eagles' defense has been pretty impressive up to this point. The offense started slow, but they're starting to look a lot better. And the Eagles do open up the second half with the football, so we'll see what they're able to do. Of course, the winner of this game will face off against either Minnesota or Tampa Bay. If the Bucs win, then the NFC Championship will be in Tampa. If the Vikings win, then the NFC Championship will be hosted by the winner of this game between the Eagles and the Cowboys. So hypothetically, the Eagles could have 3 home playoff games if they win today, and the 8-9 Vikings shock the world and defeat the MVP, Tom Brady. So as we look at the game plan, we're not going to change it. Run the ball, stop the intermediate pass. We've gotten torched in the intermediate game by Dak Prescott. That's really the only area of the defense that has been poor so far. The rest of the defense has been great. Good pass rush, good run defense. So now the Eagles get the football back here to open up the third quarter, and Philadelphia knows they really want to set the tone here in this second half, trying to make sure this second half can be smooth sailing for them. That's a good start. First play from scrimmage, a gain of 14 yards for Tykeem Keon, wrapped up by Micah Parsons. Both Keon and Parsons, ironically, were drafted number 12 overall, only 1 year apart. First down, nice grab by JT DeMarco, who brings it to the 34-yard line. And the Eagles are throwing the ball pretty well so far on this drive, but they got to convert here. 3rd and 12. Vanderwall looking to throw it under pressure, takes a shot deep, and it's caught! When in doubt, heave it up. Devontae Smith is going to make a play, and right there, he made a pretty big play. That was a terrible read, but Vanderwall realized Devontae knows how to make contested catches like that. Despite the double coverage, he has the best ball skills in the National Football League. He had to juggle that one in, but he somehow comes down with it. Devontae Smith is not from this planet. He is just built different. 3rd and goal. Vanderwall tries to go back to Smith, but it's deflected. Arguably should have been picked off. So the Eagles are going to have to settle for the field goal. Not a horrible drive by any means. 26-yard attempt for Zebediah Phoenix. It's good. The Eagles have really been taking their time on their possessions. This one lasted over 4 minutes long. The Eagles, unlike last week, are not taking a ton of shots downfield. They're playing a little bit more methodically and conservatively on offense, taking longer to move down the field. So the Cowboys have it back. Amari Cooper on 2nd and 10 gets the first, bringing it to the 35-yard line. 3rd and 5 now at the 40. Big play here for the Dallas offense. Dak Prescott incomplete. He had his tight end, Dalton Schultz, open, but misfires. A big stop for the Eagle defense. That'll force a punt, and Philadelphia is going to get it back. If they can make it a 2-score game on this drive, look out. Vanderwall on 2nd and 10 is sacked. Micah Parsons with his 2nd of the game, and will only go for a loss of a yard, but now it's a 3rd down and 11. Under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd. From the 19-yard line, Vanderwall looking to throw it. He's taking his time, and he has all day to throw it, hoping Devontae Smith can stay open, and he cannot. The pass is broken up, it looked like, by Jabril Cox. He had literally 10 seconds to throw there. I don't know how the Eagles didn't make a play. So Dallas gets the ball back on 1st and 10. It's Schultz up the middle to the 26. Now it looks like the Cowboys' offense is awoken. After that first drive, they've really slowed down, but if they can get back into a groove, that could be a big deal. From the 15, under a minute left in the quarter, it's Amari Cooper who brings it to the 5 for a gain of 10. Not quite enough for a first down, but very close. 2nd and inches from the 5, following play. It's another slant for Amari Cooper who gets the touchdown, and the Dallas Cowboys are back on top, 17-13. Good route there by Cooper. C.J. Thomas just did not have enough space to go in and make the play on that ball. So the Cowboys lead 17-13 here. Final play of the 3rd quarter. A nice run up the middle For Tazwell Hubbard, he gets about 12. DeMarcus Lawrence is hurt on the play. That could be fairly significant for the Cowboys. He is one of their key pass rushers, and he has had a pretty good game today. We'll see the diagnosis here, as it looks like he's not going to go to the locker room, so he should be fine as we wrap up the third quarter. Still anybody's game. 17-13, Dallas leads. The Eagles do have the football, though, so I would say right now it's literally 50-50 on how this game could turn out. Very big play here starting the fourth. It's a 3rd and 10 at the 43. Vanderwall looks to throw it, and he connects with Tykeem Keon, who gets the first down. Good route there by Keon to get open, bringing it to the 40. Much of the attention has been on Devontae Smith today, and deservedly so, but Tykeem Keon's had a productive day. 6 catches, 61 yards. 2nd and 7, Vanderwall trying to get some space. Takes a shot for the other side of the field, and it's Devontae Smith who brings it to the 20. The Eagles' offense is quickly really starting to move it here. They have another opportunity to take the lead. 2nd and 6 from the 16. DeMarco in motion. He gets the ball via the jet sweep, and JT DeMarco brings it inside the 5. Hit hard at the 5 for a gain of 11. Nice run there for DeMarco. The Eagles are so close to the end zone they can just taste it. Trying to take the lead here on this play. 1st and goal. Vanderwall looking to throw it. He has Devontae Smith wide open in the middle of the end zone for the touchdown. And the Eagles are back on top with just over 7 minutes to go. Fly high like a bird, soar like an eagle. Philadelphia leads by 3. 20-17. We are now in crunch time of this football game. Both teams are now starting to trade off the lead back and forth. And Dallas's offense has another shot to try to tie it or take the lead. On 1st down, it's Chet Kucharski up the middle. He gains 26 yards, and he's been their best receiver today. CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper have both been fine, but they haven't been as good as Chet Kucharski, in my opinion, who has really made Edmund Orient look foolish in coverage. 1st down, solid run for Zeke. Jabari Achabe read that play almost perfectly. We do have a flag, however. Instead of a 2nd and 1, Dallas is going to be pushed back off of a holding call against center Tyler Biadasz. Unfortunately, Cleveland Ferrell hurt on the play. Probably not a serious injury, but he could miss some drives. Following play, Amari Cooper gets the 1st down, so the holding call might have actually been a good thing, as Cooper gets more than 16 yards to move the chains now at the 36-yard line. Clock continuing to tick. We sit at the 6-minute mark. 1st and 10 from the 36. Prescott looks to throw it. He will connect with, it looks like, Amari Cooper, who gains 12. Now Hannibal Savage is injured. So the Eagles have lost Josh Uche last week, and now Cleveland Ferrell and Hannibal Savage today. Their only healthy pass rusher right now is Jabari Achabe. Imagine saying that going into the playoffs, and Lord knows Achabe cannot stay healthy worth a damn. So now we're going to see like the 3rd stringers, guys like DJ Wonnum and Apelu Tuiai Sissoko. Dallas brings it to the 13 again. It's Chet Kucharski who makes the play. Kucharski nearing the 100 yards mark at this point on the evening. 5.5 minutes to go. Prescott looks to throw it here on 1st down. Under pressure, he is sacked. Bobby Wagner with a huge play, forcing a loss of 14 yards. One of the biggest defensive plays of the game, and that'll make it a 2nd and 23 from the 27. The Eagles are really just focused on not letting Dallas get this 1st down right now. Dak, no time to throw it. He is sacked again, losing 9 more. Isaiah Simmons this time brings him down. They might not even be in field goal range anymore, as they now have it at the 36-yard line. Joey Sly is a very inconsistent kicker, and with the win today, I would not feel confident about him making a kick from 53 yards. 3rd down and 32. Prescott goes short. It's hauled in by Chet Kucharski, and there's the Jabari Achabe injury. It was only a matter of time. The Eagles lost 3 edge rushers on this one drive. Now, thankfully, Cleveland Ferrell's injury is not serious, and it appears Jabari Achabe's will not be either. But whenever Achabe gets hurt, I get a mini heart attack because he is so injury prone. So that play won't do much, but it does move them into field goal range. That kick looked awfully ugly, but it will fall for Joey Sly. 44-yard attempt, and we are now tied up at 20. Plenty of time for the Eagles offense to try to move down the field and win this game. 4 minutes and 14 seconds here for Xander Vanderwall, who has had a number of game-winning drive opportunities throughout this season, and he's been inconsistent. But today, he really gets to prove to the world that he is a winner or that he's not a winner. First down from the 34-yard line. The Eagles starting with great field position after a good kick return by Troy Dobbs. Why is Troy Dobbs out back returning kicks? I don't know. Tykeem Keon gets about 8. That'll make it a 2nd and 2. Since this is one of the most important drives of his entire franchise series, we're going to show it play by play. So we're not going to take any plays off here. Xander Vanderwall runs for a gain of 7 to the 50. A field goal on this drive is perfectly fine because this game is tied up, so a field goal would take the lead. First down, another play-action fake. Vanderwall scrambling with it, tries to get it to Keon, but the pass is incomplete. Keon was able to create some separation off of Diggs, but the throw was a little bit offline. 2nd and 10, handoff for Rosemont St. Clair. He only gets a yard. Big play by the Dallas defense, and now we have the biggest play of the game. 3rd and 9 from the 49. 3 minutes to go. Vanderwall goes short for Devontae Smith. Can he get the first? He's so close. They're not going to give it to him. He's a yard shy. Sione Takitaki brings him down. So it's 4th and 1 at the opposing 40 with under 3 minutes to go, and the offense is going to stay on the field. The Eagles are going to go for it. Looks like it's a goal line set. Vanderwall with the QB sneak. He got it. A ballsy head coaching decision from Champ Britton, but it pays off. That'll keep the drive moving. Final play before the 2-minute warning. It's St. Clair to the outside. He only gets about 2 or 3. So there we go. We're at the 2-minute warning. Tied at 20. The Eagles have the ball, getting pretty close to field goal range. Can they win the game here and advance to the NFC Championship? 2nd and 8. Solid game for Tazwell Hubbard as he brings it to the 31-yard line. So now it is a 3rd and 3. Dallas did not use a timeout on that play, so the Eagles are going to choose some clock. Back to Hubbard. He got the first down to the 20. Gain of 11. Dallas is now calling their timeouts. It is officially chew clock time. The Eagles are just trying to get as close as they can into field goal range to try to win this game once and for all. Hubbard up the middle gets about a yard. Oh no, Tykeem Keon is now injured. This is bad for a number of reasons. One, Tykeem Keon being hurt is not good. He's one of our best offensive players, but also it stops the clock, and since it's Keon getting hurt, the Eagles are forced to use the timeout. So this pretty much gives Dallas an extra timeout to add on with the fact that one of our best players is hurt. 2nd and 9. Hubbard gets about 4. The Cowboys call timeout number 2. So if the Eagles can get this 3rd and short, that'll force Dallas to use their last timeout and pretty much ice the game. 3rd and 5? No, he is stopped. Also, Odigizua brings him down. Hubbard doesn't really get anything. So the Cowboys do call their final timeout, but this will mean Dallas does get the ball back for one more try. 32-yard field goal attempt here for Zebediah Phoenix. It is good. Shout out to Phoenix. He has had a notorious history of struggling in intense weather conditions like today, but he is 3 for 3 on field goals, including what could be the game winner. So with 1 minute, 3 seconds, and no timeouts, here comes the Dallas offense. Field goal ties, touchdown win. So a field goal is not worst case scenario here for Dak Prescott and the boys. They're going to have to move quick, however. No Jabari Achebe on the field. First down, deep ball. It's picked off by Edmund Orient, but he's out of bounds. Nearly ended the game there. There's Joey Sly warming up. Apparently his target yard line is Dallas's 47. That would be like a 70-yard field goal attempt, and the wind is literally against the Cowboys, so I don't know how that makes sense. 2nd and 10. Prescott goes short for Ezekiel Elliott. He gets about 10. They don't have any timeouts, though. They've got to move quick. 3rd and inches. Short throw is hauled in by Kucharski. Again, they've got to move quick. They're down to 20 seconds. Not moving fast enough. Prescott downfield for CeeDee Lamb. It's caught at the 44. Dallas is going to have enough time for one more play. The Eagles call a timeout, however, at the 1 second mark. Dallas was going to have enough time to snap it, I think. So the Eagles' idea is let's call a timeout here, get into Hail Mary formation, and end it off right here. For all the marbles, Prescott sends it to the end zone. It's tipped and batted out of bounds. This game is over. The Philadelphia Eagles win it in dramatic fashion. 23-20 is your final, and the Eagles are headed to the NFC Championship for the first time in this series, effectively eliminating the Dallas Cowboys, who have won the NFC Championship 2 years in a row. Man, does it feel good to beat our rivals in the playoffs, and this game is literally the definition of playoff football. Crappy weather, crappy conditions, but both teams went at it from beginning to end. It was never more than a one-score game. It was neck and neck from beginning to end, but it's the Philadelphia Eagles who are going to win it. This stadium must be going berserk. Wow, what a game. So as we look at the numbers, Dak Prescott was pretty good. I don't think he did enough to elevate them to win, but it's not his fault he lost. The same can be said about Xander Vanderwall. I know Vanderwall's numbers are worse than Prescott, but I do actually feel like they played kind of evenly. Vanderwall was pressured 11 times, you got to keep in mind. Dak only 3 times. We ran the ball fairly well. Tazwa Hubbard had a productive day. Dallas didn't even try to run the ball. Ezekiel Elliott only had 7 carries. I don't think that's a horrible strategy with how good our run defense is, but even so, 7 carries for one of the best backs in the league. Devontae Smith and Chet Kucharski were both outstanding today. Tyquan Keon, Amari Cooper, JT DeMarco, and CeeDee Lamb were also highly productive for their teams. So all 3 teams' top 3 receivers were great. Our offensive line was not great, I will say. Dallas with 4 sacks, 2 for Parsons, 1 for Odigizua, 1 for Lawrence. We only had 3 pressures, but we capitalized getting sacks on each of those from Simmons, Achebe, and Wagner. Interception by Robinson. And then what a game for Zebediah Phoenix. 3 for 3 on field goals, including the game winner. Wow, what a ball game. I could not believe that. But we're headed to the NFC Championship game. And wow, I'm still speechless. So we're going to play either the Buccaneers or the Vikings. We'll talk about our possible opponent in just a second, but first we do have one new injury. A number of starters got banged up today, like Achebe, Keon, and Furl, but it's Hannibal Savage who broke his thumb. He will be out 4 weeks, so it looks like Hannibal Savage will not return until after the Super Bowl, pretty much ending his season. Definitely unfortunate to lose him, but I'm also kind of relieved it's not one of our starters. Landon Dickerson will also be back next week, which is a pretty big deal as we look at the bracket. Who's it going to be, Minnesota or Tampa Bay? Let's simulate moment of truth. And we are headed down south to Tampa, Florida to face off against the Buccaneers. So the 4 teams left, us, the Bucs, the Chiefs, who barely squeaked by Cincinnati, and the Baltimore Ravens. 3 of the 4 games were decided by 5 points. The only one that wasn't was the Bucs beating the Vikings by 16. Gotta commend Minnesota. They were under 500, but they really made a fight, but not enough to stop Tom Brady from throwing 5 touchdowns, 3 of which were caught by Kareem Hunt. So it's going to be us or Tampa Bay representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. The Eagles have played Tom Brady in the Super Bowl before, losing once and winning once. So now we're going to play him in the NFC Championship. We played Tampa Bay back in Week 1. And I would prefer not to go back to this game. We were up 31-17 going into the 4th quarter and lost. So the Bucs are a really good team. Their best player, 47-year-old Tom Brady, who somehow turned back the clock, throwing for 6,000 yards and 51 touchdowns this year. Yeah, he's really good. Their roster is also really good. They have multiple 99s. They have a loaded offense of Mike Evans, Mo Rogers, Kareem Hunt, Darius Slayton. Vita Vea had 4.5 sacks a week ago against Minnesota. This Tampa Bay team is really, really good. They are definitely the favorite going into this matchup, so I would say we are the underdog, but we can do it. We can beat this team, and if we do, we're going to be in the Super Bowl. So find out what happens in the next episode. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.